Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shukra and this video is all about bags that apparently are out of style. These bags, I guess, are apparently dated. Some of these bags I still love, some of these bags I own, so let's get into it. Okay, so let's start off with Valentino first. We have their Rock Stud Spike bag. Apparently this is outdated, this is out of style. And I would have to say I understand where people are coming from because they have the Roman stud version that's out now. So that's kind of like the more updated new type of, like, you know, rock stud going on with Valentino. So I understand why the Roman stud spike, that seems like it's out of style. But essentially I do think it's a classic. But people are like, it's outdated, it's out of style. Don't wear it, go for the new versions and what's up and popping right now with Valentino. I just want to say that, you know, this is just like opinion based. This is what I've read and seen and looked into as far as, like, you know, bags are out of style. If you love these bags, if you own them, then rock them. I have some of these bags too and I still rock them because I love them. So please do not take any offense if one of your favorite bags is on this list. Let's jump into Gucci. Now for Gucci, you won't be surprised. First, it is the Gucci Dionysus bag. This bag is out of style, outdated. You shouldn't be wearing this bag. You shouldn't be rocking it. It's not with what's trending right now. It just looks like an old bag. And I would have to kind of agree on this because I do think the Dionysus is kind of out of style, as much as, like, you know, some people still rock it. And like I said, if you love these bags, make sure to still rock them and love them. But I do agree. I think it's just, it kind of shows you, like, you know, a period of time with Gucci, when, like, Gucci was, like, you know, the hottest thing around. I think it just takes you back in time whenever, like, I see that bag, and I can see why people are like, it's out of style. Next is also from Gucci and it is their Mount bag. Now this bag, I think we went crazy for this bag. This was like everything. This line, everything. Essentially, I think this is a classic line now with Gucci, but I do understand why it is out of style. I think we wore it too much. That bag, that line, that range, we've worn it too much to the point that it's like, we don't get sick, but we get kind of sick when we see it. You know, we're like, let's see something else, do something else. Like, we've all been rocking this for so long, and like it got to the point where, you know, every time you turn right, every time you turn left, you see that bag. And I think it was a great trendy bag. It was really, really hot. But I think with bags that are like really, really hot and really, really trendy and, like, you know, skyrocket, they usually fall and plummet like just as quickly. Next up is a bag from Celine and it is their luggage bag. So this bag, I feel like, to me, it is not out of style. It is, I'm still going to purchase this bag eventually. So that's where I'm at with this bag, but it's out of style, it's outdated, it's so blah blah blah. You know how the saying goes. And I mean, it's still very much classy in my like mind. I still see it as a bag that's like, it fits in with all the bags that we have going on right now. I think that's why I'm kind of like confused about this, because it fits into everything we have right now. Like, it goes effortlessly with the other bags that are like really trending and really popping. So that's kind of interesting. But, you know, there was also a point with this bag where, like, it was hot, and I just think it's a classic bag. I will still buy this bag, and yeah, if you're rocking it, rock it. Next up, we have something from Givenchy, and I'm pretty sure you know what bag this is. This is the Antigona bag. Antigona bag. So for this bag, I think it's, even though it's a classic like looking bag, it's not a classic looking bag, you know? The style is, it is dated, but I still rock this bag. I have this bag. I rock this bag. I think the shape is, I think it's really what makes it out of style. I think it's the shape that's what makes it out of style. And I think because it has this signature shape that makes it very recognizable, but then it makes it really recognizable, so you're like, no. And I also think the outfits that this bag goes with are kind of like outfits that you would deem as dated, so I think that doesn't help this bag either. Another bag that is out of style right now is from YSL, and this bag I never understood it. I didn't get the hype, and it is the Kate tassel bag. You know, the YSL bags with like the little tassels, and I didn't understand how that fit into trends and fashion when it was the most popular, and now I don't see that at all. And I think the tassel, it's just, it can cause more harm than good. That's how I view the tassel on that bag. Like, it swinging around, like it can cause way more harm than it could good, because it get caught in something. You could swing your bag accidentally and like knock someone out with it. Okay, maybe I'm being over dramatic here, but you know what I mean. Next up we have Balenciaga, and this bag, I think it's the older version of the Balenciaga city bag. I think it's the older, more slouchier version of it. That's probably what people are thinking is out of style. The newer versions that are like a little bit more structured, I feel like those are popular right now. But the older versions that, like, you know, looked a little bit more beat up, I think those are way more out of style compared to the newer versions of the Balenciaga city bags. And I think the Balenciaga city bag, it's like the hobo bags. It's like the huge, humongous, like, you know, bags that we fill our lives in. You know, they always look a certain way to the point where you're just like, is it even worth it, like picking that up again? Is it even worth it, like trying to style it? Is it going to go well with anything? I think probably that's what some people are thinking when it comes to the city bag, the Balenciaga city bag. Like, what's it gonna go with? How am I gonna rock this without it looking like, you know, it's like old and like busted and not new? So I think it's good that they have the new versions, like the more structured versions of the city that have come out. Next up we have Chanel, and I know you guys are like, Chanel, but this bag, the boy bag from Chanel, this is definitely outdated. This is definitely out of style right now. We rarely see this. We rarely hear anything about it, even though this is a classic bag, I believe, with Chanel. We rarely hear too much about it. Like, you know, they'll come out with, like, you know, new styles and everything, but like people still are not gravitating more towards it. I think it's just like with some of these bags, like I've said, it's styling. You know, how are you gonna style it? The outfits that were in back then are not in now, and those bags worked perfectly with them. But like the boy bag right now, like it's not gonna work perfectly with a lot of outfits or styles or trends that are out right now that people are really gravitating towards. Me personally, I still like the boy bag, and I'm still gonna get a boy bag. I think just, you know, I like the way it looks, and like, just to have it, you know, it's a classic. So that's kind of where I see it as. But I do understand why this is out of style. And Chanel keeps coming out with new it bags that are like hot, that it's easy to see like the boy being pushed aside. Next up from Chanel, it is their Gabrielle bag. I was never a fan of this bag, but I think there was a really big push to make this bag an it bag. So it kind of was an it bag, but it really wasn't an it bag, if you know what I mean. Because I think the way it looks, the structure, it's just so different. Maybe not so different, but it's different compared to what we've seen from Chanel before, and what, like, you know, we see as staples from Chanel. So I understand why this bag is out of style, because I think they tried to push it way too much. And like, you know, when you see something so much and you see people styling it, like bloggers and influencers, your mind will, you know, play tricks on you and be like, oh yeah, this bag rocks, and then you get it, and then a couple years later and you're like, no, it's not. It's not amazing. Lastly is a bag from LV, Louis Vuitton, and this is their Pochette Métis. This bag, I know, like for certain, for years upon years, was one of the hardest LV bags to get. The Pochette Métis, so hard to get your hands on it. The prices were skyrocketing. Trying to get it, like, you know, from a private seller or a shopper, price over the roof. Now you don't need to wait to get that bag. You know, that's how you know, like, that bag is like kind of out of style, and it's not as like high as it was before. But placing it on a out of style, like, you know, list, I will say yes, essentially because of that fact that it's like, you know, it's not as sought after anymore. And I think maybe because so many people have that bag now, it's like, oh, everyone has it now. Like, I think a part of the draw for that bag was because it was so hard to get, so it was kind of like, ooh, like, I'm so cool, I have this bag now, everyone has it. But now that, you know, it's easier to get your hands on it, it's like, oh, you know, yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for my list of bags that are out of style. Even though, like, you know, nothing's really out of style. Like, everything keeps coming in and out rotations. And, you know, if you love these bags, wear them. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, this is just what I've been reading into and seeing for bags that are out of style. So, like I said, if you love them, make sure to keep rocking them. As always, if this is your first time watching, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and come back for more videos. And also please make sure to hit the like button as well. Bye.